For years, we have seen the city of Chico make decisions that have kept sewer rates among the lowest in the region. And on the surface, that sounds like a win for taxpayers. But according to city officials, those rates only covered day to day operations. They did not adequately fund long term maintenance, replacement of aging infrastructure, or build reserves for the future repairs. And now we are being told there's over a decade of deferred maintenance, more than $100 million in infrastructure needs. And the solution is dramatic rate increases that will ultimately be paid by homeowners and businesses. That raises an important question. Where was the long-term planning? Infrastructure doesn't fail overnight. Sewer systems don't suddenly become 15 years behind on maintenance. These are trends that develop over many years and should be identified through forecasting, capital improvement, planning, financial analysis, and responsible budgeting. If city leaders knew that these costs were coming, why weren't gradual adjustments made over time instead of allowing the problem to grow into a financial crisis? And if they didn't know, that's equally concerning because cities are expected to analyze future infrastructure needs, all of the population growth, and assess life cycles and replacement costs years in advance. At the same time, residents are being asked to absorb massive sewer increases. We're also seeing significant investments in other projects. The city has nearly completed a $3 million multi-lane roundabout at the Eaton Road and Floral Avenue. Another approximately $7.6 million roundabout is planned at the Highway 99 and Eaton Road interchange. And additional roundabouts are already being planned and discussed for other intersections. The city also has invested millions into the Genesis Pallet Shelter project. The city of Chico continues moving forward with major infrastructure projects planned over the next several years. These projects are funded through a combination of Measure H and other sources of income. At the same time, the city is responsible for managing significant administrative costs and long-term financial obligations, but many residents and business owners are questioning whether essential infrastructure expenses such as sewer system improvements should have been more proactively planned and budgeted for over time rather than resulting in substantial rate increases. None of these projects exist in isolation. Every budget reflects priorities. Residents have every right to ask how those priorities were established and whether critical underground infrastructure should have received greater attention before the city reached this point. The recent hiring of a new city manager also generates this discussion. The approved contract includes her $285,000 salary, her $15,000 relocation allowance, her vehicle allowance, her additional benefits. That salary exceeds the base salary of a member of the United States Congress. Again, this isn't about criticizing just one individual. It's about asking whether compensation, administrative growth, and capital priorities are aligned with the financial realities facing this community. This conversation extends beyond Chico itself. Chico serves as the economic, medical, and educational and commercial hub for much of Northern California. Families from Paradise, Magalia, Orville, Orland, Corning, even Red Bluff, Willows, Glenn County, all of these surrounding rural communities depend on Chico's hospitals, their businesses, their schools, shopping, and government services. And when Chico experiences these financial instabilities, those effects ripple across the entire region. Business owners face higher operating costs. Homeowners face higher costs of living. Renters are going to see those costs passed along through increased rent. Local businesses can postpone hiring or expansion, or even worse, they will be forced to close their doors. Families already struggling with inflation are asked to absorb yet another increase. These aren't just accounting decisions. They are going to affect real people. The question isn't whether infrastructure needs to be repaired, it absolutely does. The question is whether better financial planning over the past 10 to 15 years could have been prevented residents from facing such steep increases today. Government exists to plan for the future, not simply react when a crisis arrives. As citizens, we should be asking for this type of transparency and accountability. We should be asking to understand the decisions that led us to where we are here today. We should expect long term forecasting, responsible budgeting, and accountability from all of those that we trusted with managing the public resources that they control. Because at the end of the day, every dollar the city spends comes from the people. The people deserve answers.